Morning guys, welcome to my early morning stretch. If you feel anything like I do at this time of the morning, then you're going to be very stiff and ready for a good stretch. So we're going to get straight into it. We're just going to pop ourselves down either on our knees, maybe our feet out in front of us, or if you wish, you can put your legs into a nice cross-legged position. Just going to get ourselves nice and centered, so just place your hands on your knees for the moment. Try and sit with your vertebrae stacked one on top of each other, so it gives you a nice long spine. If you feel as though, which does happen with a lot of people, that your back starts to slump outwards, what you can do is put a cushion underneath your bottom just to lift yourself a little bit, just so it brings your hips a little bit more forward and stops you from slouching backwards. But if you can, try and engage your spine and sit nice and tall. So just rest the hands for a second. Let's take a couple of nice focusing deep breaths in. So let's just close our eyes for a moment. Breathe in nice and slowly all the way down to the tummy, taking a breath in. And then let go of the breath. And again, so just cleansing breaths. And let the breath go. And then open your eyes and just get ready for your practice. Now you might hear a bit of background noise. We're near Donington Park, so there is a race meeting going on today. But hopefully you won't pick too much of that noise up. We're just going to clasp our hands together in a lattice position and just place them so the bottom fingers just on the nape near the bottom of the hairline, and just very gently bring your chin to your chest, keeping your back nice and straight, and very gently allow your elbows to just fall slightly inwards. And then take a breath in and reach back up. Make sure that the spine is nice and straight when you're down. You're feeling the stretch from the inside of the shoulders all the way to the top of the neck. So there's no pressure. If it's too much, you just let go. It's a big deep breath in. And again, chin to chest. And let the elbows come down. Breathe in here. And exhale, just reach up. And then just release the arms back down. Give the head a little shake just to let go of that residual tension. Just drop your ear down to one shoulder, and if you can, just place your hand. You don't have to. If it's too much, don't do it. But place your hand on top of the head and allow that shoulder just to fall. So you're gently starting to feel the stretch in your neck. What can happen with this stretch is that if you overdo it, it can be really painful, so just be careful. Just a little stretch. Breathe in, come back up. And then onto the other side. See, it's more early morning stretch, it's more of common sense than anything. So it's just getting each bit of the body moving very, very slowly after being so stationary overnight. So take a big deep breath in, come back up. And then very gently, just move the head from side to side, just to release any bit of tension. And just give the shoulder a little bit of a round. Just make the body nice and still. Bring your hands into a lattice position. Try and keep your elbows level with your shoulders. Take a big deep breath in. Pull the hands in. And as you exhale, I want you to push through the fingers so you feel the stretch through the base of the fingers, all the way up the arms, stretching through the back of the shoulders. And then if you can, drop your chin to your chest. We're going to inhale. Let's reach up over the head now, stretching through the tummy and all the way through the arms and the shoulders. And as you exhale, I want you to reach as far back as you can. So you're starting to feel the stretch all the way through the front of the body. Give the fingers a little wiggle, give them a wake, give them a little squeeze. Big deep breath in. Exhale, reach behind you, clasp the hands together behind you. And if you feel you've got the capability, just gently open those shoulders. Now again, this is one of those stretches when it's not done correctly, it can be a little bit painful. Just make sure you've still got full movement in your head and you're just feeling the stretch across the front of the body and through the arms. Just going to do that one more time. Bring the hands in, big deep breath in. Exhale, let's push through the hands, stretch through the back of the shoulders. Put your chin to your chest. Breathe in, reach up nice and tall. Just slow and gentle for this time in the morning. And exhale, reaching behind you, getting that stretch. Just give your shoulders a little wobble. Inhale behind your back. And exhale, let's have another stretch. And then bring the hands back, just give your shoulders a move. And again, release the head again. Just to get the back moving, get it a little bit warmed up. Just take a big deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to draw your belly button back towards your spine and just walk your hands forward, allowing your back to curve. So you're starting to get stretched through the lower spine. And just place your hands on the ground. Now, some people can go all the way down, but this time in the morning, And after a high intense workout yesterday, I'm a little bit stiff. So we're just going to do it very, very gently, very gradually. Have a little stretch there. And then all I want you to do is walk your hands around to one side, but keep your knees and your bum stationary if you can. So we're going to inhale, try and keep the lower body nice and still. And as we exhale, place the hands down and keep the body nice and low. Time to stretch, start to feel the stretch through the sides of the body. And then inhale back to centre. And then exhale all the way around to the other side. Again, starting to feel the stretch there on the side of the body. And just allow the body to sink down a little bit. And then inhale back to centre. And just allow the weight, you'll start to see the body will start to warm up. And as you do that, your body will start to allow yourself to go further. And also it's your brain telling your body it's okay to let go, because those muscles, receive messages to stay strong if we're nice and stiff, nice and tired. So what we want to do is just let that go. And then very gently, let's just walk back up and place your hands back onto your knees. Just again, shake everything off, give yourself a little wobble, get the energy moving through the body. Take a big deep breath in. Keep nice and straight through the spine, staying on the central axis. Put your hand onto the opposite knee and then take your other hand behind just to support you slightly. Draw open the shoulder and just look over the back. Allow your tummy muscles to soften so you can feel digestion start to get stimulated, ready before you have breakfast. Inhale here. Keep the body nice and still, ears and shoulders, nice distance between them, and then look over your front shoulder. And then inhale back to centre, nice and slowly. And then onto the other side. So hand onto your knee, take your hand behind, draw open the shoulder. So we're going to draw open the shoulder, place the hand down to support yourselves. Nice central axis through the body. Let the breath go. Look over the back shoulder. Take a breath in here. And exhale. Let's just turn, look over the front shoulder and try and make sure that we're not hunched up. Just nice and away from the ears. And release. And just give your head some movement. And we're just going to shift straight onto all fours, very gently. You can do it as most gracefully as you want, but just very slowly bring yourself into a position which you feel is comfortable. Now, what I want you to do is place your hands directly below your shoulders, so the shoulder distance apart, and knees directly below your hips, so your hips distance apart. And then get yourself nice and comfortable. This is so you've got equal amount of pressure through each point on the mat. Okay? All I want you to do very, very gently is take a breath in, and as you do so, I want you to tilt your tailbone up towards the sky, let your tummy drop so you've got a nice stretch, and look up towards the ceiling. So breathing in, and as you exhale, I want you to contract your tummy muscles, and that's what makes the pelvic muscles move. You're going to round through your spine, round through your shoulders, look down towards your hips, and again we're going to inhale. Let's take it back, stretching the other direction, looking up. Apparently this is very good for anti-aging around the neck, so good to do every morning. Contract those muscles in and gently, gently, gently move the spine in the opposite direction. Now you can do this as many times as you feel you need to. For us now, we're just going to do it 3 times. So we're going to inhale, take it back again, looking up. And last time, let's contract down. Nice rounded movement. Let the head dangle this time. Now if you do have blood pressure problems, it's wise to keep the head slightly lifted. But if you're okay with it, just let the head go. And then come back to a nice neutral position and just walk the hands out into what we call puppy pose. So it's a nice gentle movement through the spine, just stretching all the way underneath the shoulders. And what you've got is you've got your knees and your hips almost directly on top of each other. You're just going to walk out and allow your shoulders to drop down in between your arms. Now we'll just point out I have a lot of hair, so I'm sorry if it's getting in the way. A couple of breaths. And then very gently come back up. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders again. And very gently, if you can, walk your feet forward towards your hands. Keep your knees quite bent. And just allow, because you will be quite stiff through the back of your legs, so just allow your knees to be quite soft for the moment. If you can cradle each hand into your elbow. And just allow the body to start moving around. It's almost like you're letting the vertebrae open, trying to get space in between each one of the vertebrae, and letting everything gravitate come forward. And also it's quite refreshing to get that blood and that oxygen to your brain. So just have a little wobble. And then if you feel you can start just moving through the knees. Have a little stretch.
Try and keep the weight in the front of your toes. It's not always easy. It's easy to sink back through your heels, but at the moment, first thing in the morning, we're not too bothered about exact positioning, just as long as you're doing it safely and you've got time to get the body moving, which is what you want. Place the hands down, let the head dangle just for a minute. If you can start to straighten the knees now, but don't worry if you still need to keep them slightly bent. If you can't touch your toes but you want to straighten your legs, you can place them on your ankles above or below the knees, but try not to push them on the knees to lock the knees in. And then very gently, we're going to take a big deep breath in, draw big circles with the hands, coming up nice and high. Coming up over the head, and we're just going to draw the hands into prayer and bring them down in front of the heart just to rebalance the body. Place your hands on your hips with your thumbs almost touching the sides of your spine, pushing your hands in towards the base of your back and into towards the back of your hips. And all we're going to do is push the chest out in front of us. Draw open those arms so you've got a nice stretch through the chest, and we're going to lead with the chest and come into a nice forward bend. So you can take your stance as wide as you feel is comfortable, which might not be very far for some people, which is fine. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, let's lead with the chest. Keep the head up again with that anti-aging, coming forward. And if you feel you want a bit more support, if you feel this is too much for your back or your legs, just slide your hands down either above or below the knee, just to support yourself. And then very gently come forward and let all the weight drop forward. Now, if you can take your stance a little bit wider, that's absolutely lovely. But don't worry if you need to keep it quite close together, and if you need to bend your knees. So if you need to bend your knees just to get a little bit of stretch, that's fine. I mean, remember, all we're doing is just getting the body moving. So just have a little shift from side to side. Move the bum around and just get this stretch, and just start to feel a little stretch through the insides of the legs there. Now, you can either keep your hands on the ground and lift a hand up, or you can, if it's easy, you can put your hand just above the top of your knee and just allow your body to twist, and you'll start to feel the stretch in the opposite side leg there. So lifting up, big deep breath in. And let's take the hand over to the other side and lift up on the other side. Breathe in and come back down. If you can try and touch the ground, that's lovely, but again, don't worry. We're going to place your hands back on your spine, push it back into your back again, lift with your head, take a big deep breath in. The breath will support the muscles around the spine, coming up nice and slowly, hinging from the hips, and come up. And just very gently walk your feet in. Give everything a little shake while you're up. Just give your hands a little bit of movement as well. Relieve all that tension through there. All I want you to do, very, very simple, really simple. Come up and down through your toes. Just let your heels lift off the ground. Pull up through your legs, and tummy's nice and strong. What that's going to do is going to give you balance. So if you need to lean onto something to do this, it's absolutely fine. Don't want you falling over like dominoes. But if you feel you can, I want you to come up and I want you to hold. I want you to squeeze through the tops of your legs. Pull your tummy muscles in. You can place your hands out to the side. You can place them in front for prayer. You can place them on your hands, on your hips, whatever feels comfortable. And just hold that position. Really, really stretching it. Just get tighter and tighter. Big deep breath in. And let the breath go. Now, you may not always remember to breathe in the perfect moments, but just make sure you are taking big inhales in. Let's do it again. Big deep breath in, come up. And back down. We're not going to concentrate too much on balance, not at this time of the morning, but what we do want to do is just get everything in your hips moving, and this helps with movement and balance at the same time. So all we want to do is just, if you can, even if it's just around the bottom, but just open up your hips 2 or 3 times in one direction, and then 2 or 3 times in the other direction, and do that on the other side. Ooh. And then again. Ooh. Shake it all off. And then just come down onto your toes. So I want you to just bend forward and just allow your toes to stretch. So you're stretching through the inside of your feet and through the back of your toes, dropping your weight down through your knees. I like just to have a big stretch here. You don't have to if it's too much. Oh, come back down. And then very gently place your feet down, place your body down, place your head towards the mat. Now if it's too much, you can stack your hands on top of each other and place your head down, or you can place your head all the way down in front of you. A couple of breaths here. It's called child's pose. What this does is it puts the spine in a position which we're used to being in when we were developing in the womb. So it's actually really beneficial to all that the spine houses. So all your nerves, it helps all the muscles, helps relieve tension. Just have a moment down here. Big deep breath in. Push your tummy out as you breathe in. And as you exhale, just draw those belly buttons back. And then very gently come back up nice and slowly.
And bring yourself back to that seated position on the mat. So it's such a quick stretch. It takes 10 minutes, if that, in the morning. It's good to get a bit more focus for the day. So I like to take a moment at the end of my yoga, or even sometimes before the yoga, just to get a little bit of breath work in. And we're not going to concentrate too much on what we're doing. We're just going to take breath in. So I just want you to put your hands on your knees. Close your eyes for a second. Breathe in and try and breathe in all the way into the tummy. Nice and slowly. And as you exhale, try to keep the body nice and engaged, but just let the tensions of the night go. Just thinking positively about your day. So big deep breath in. And again. Give your head a little wobble. A little bit of tension, just as crept in. And we're just going to end the class with a big stretch through the arms. So bring the hands into prayer. Take a big deep breath in, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, let's reach behind. Nice big stretch through the arms. Take the hands down, reach the hands up over the head. And exhale, draw the hands back down towards the heart. Namaste. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.